Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here and today we got some huge injury updates. So I'm going to be giving you guys an injury update on Logan Thomas, Brandon Sheriff, John Bostic, Torrey McTyer, De'Ami Brown, Cam Sims, and some more other players. And we also have to talk about this crazy Ryan Vermillion news that came out that, the FBI raided his office and he's been placed on administrative leave. So we're going to talk about all that in today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Also hit that like button and turn on those notifications. Also check out WinView and you can join some free contests and win some money. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so let's first get into the injury update before we get into the Ryan Vermillion story. And trust me, if you guys don't know what happened, you're going to want to stick around for that. So let's get into some of the positive news before we get into some of the bad news, because we had a lot of players injured against the Falcons. I mean, I went through the list, but I'll go through it again. Logan Thomas, Brandon Sheriff on offense, plus De'Ami Brown and Cam Sims, and Antonio Gibson and Terry McLaurin were both banged up a little bit, but they came back into play. Also, John Bostic and Torrey McTyer got injured as well. So some positive news in terms of Brandon Sheriff and Logan Thomas, at least in my opinion. Brandon Sheriff suffered a sprained MCL during Sunday's win and is considered a likely 2 to 3 week injury per source. So nothing major. Something like this happened last year where he came off of the injury list pretty quickly. So he was out for 2 or 3 weeks and he came back, and I think it was the same exact injury. So hopefully he can come back and Wes Schweitzer will be in his place until he can come back. And Wes Schweitzer is probably one of the best backup guards in the NFL. He did a good job for Sheriff last year when he was gone, and then he switched over to the left side to take over for Wes Martin later on in the season. I really like Wes Schweitzer, and he's going to have to start building some chemistry with Sam Cosmi, but I think they will be fine there. Obviously it is a loss, but I like what we have as our backup in Wes Schweitzer. And Logan Thomas suffered a hamstring injury Sunday that is expected to leave him week to week, and that is much better than what I thought, especially early on when they didn't even say hamstring. I thought maybe something with his Achilles, but it was a hamstring, which is much better than Achilles, and week to week, so he'll probably, when Ron Rivera is talking today, it seems like Logan Thomas will be out for this week, but maybe he can come back week 6. That would be good, and if not, he'll probably be back for week 7. I thought Ricky Seals-Jones, he did drop a couple passes, but his route running was not bad. He got open. He's just got to come down with a couple of those passes, and there's going to be a drop off, but let's see what Ricky Seals-Jones can do. John Bates and then Sammis Reyes will likely be active on this game day against the Saints unless Logan Thomas makes a crazy recovery and is able to go this week. So that is somewhat good news on those players. Good news at least that those guys are out for a lot longer than they are. Now on to the bad news. Torrey McTyer is out for the year with a torn ACL, and John Bostic is also likely out for the year with a torn pec. So Torrey McTyer really unfortunate for him because it happened on the last play of the game. You could tell right away he laid down on the ground and was holding his knee. Really unfortunate last play of the game, and he's out for the year. And he was our 4th cornerback. I mean, yesterday he was our 3rd cornerback because Benjamin St. Juste was out. But this is just I don't understand again why Jimmy Moreland didn't make this roster. I definitely think if you want to keep Troy Apke on the team for special teams, okay. It is what it is, but I definitely think Jimmy Moreland should have made it over Daryl Roberts, and now Troy Apke is one step closer to seeing some time on the field as a DB, and we do not want that. Jimmy Moreland right now would be great because he could play in the slot, and you could have Kendall Fuller and William Jackson on the outside. But next man up. Let's see what Daryl Roberts can do. Let's see, maybe they'll bring in a veteran or something because the room is a little bit. They don't have really good depth, and we'll see. Hopefully Benjamin St. Juste can come back this week. I think he will be able to, but if he can't, our quarterback room is going to be really really thin. And then John Bostic out for the year with a torn pec. Unfortunate for him. He's a leader on the defense. And, I just don't think it's going to be a huge loss for the Washington football team. I don't want to, pile on him, but, so far this year, he's been one of the worst starting linebackers in the NFL, and I wanted us to bench him. I wanted, him to get less playing time, and it's unfortunate that this is the way that it's going to happen, because I still think, some parts of his game are valuable, like his leadership, and, he can blitz okay, but, he was just a liability in pass coverage, and I think, honestly, Jamin Davis, Cole Holcomb, and even Khaleke Hudson are better. I rather have playing than John Bostic because he just was not helping us. You saw that play yesterday that Mike Davis scored. I look back on it. It should have been a 5 or 6 yard loss, and it turned into a touchdown because he missed the tackle, and then a few players behind him also missed tackles. So our linebackers, though, are very, very thin right now. Jamin Davis, Cole Holcomb, those are your starters from the beginning of the year that are still there. Now your next man up is Khaleke Hudson. They need to bring in another guy, whether it's, Jamie Collins or Bernardic McKinney. They got to bring in a veteran. They have to. Ron Rivera talked about David Mayo possibly getting more snaps. We do not need that. We need to bring in a veteran to help out this defense. Even if Bostic wasn't hurt, I still think it would be a good idea to bring in a veteran, very low risk, possibly high reward players, like Jamie Collins or Bernardic McKinney. I think they should bring in a linebacker because you do need a veteran out there, and really they don't have one unless you consider Cole Holcomb. It's his third year, so I guess he is a veteran, but you probably want someone out there with more experience. They have been playing, though, with 2 linebackers a lot instead of having 3, so it's going to be, tough. They're going to have to adjust, but I think they need to bring in another guy. But losing Bostic, it sucks for him, but I don't think it's really a huge loss for the Washington football team. But like I said, unfortunate for him. So these are the injuries. Like I said, there's a couple others. Cam Sims has some hamstring soreness, but he looks like he probably is going to be good to go. Who knows? And then De'Ami Brown has a knee injury, but the way he was talking on Twitter, it seems like he's going to be fine. Like, he was talking about great win guys, and it seemed like he's going to be fine for next week. If not next week, he'll be back after that. I'm just going to be interested to see if they put any of these guys on IR to make, room for some other roster spots. Obviously, they're putting John Bostic on IR. They're putting Torrey McTyer on IR, so they're going to be able to fill 2 roster spots right there. But, some of these guys, like Logan Thomas, who it could be a 1-week injury or it could be a 3-week injury, and Brandon Sheriff could be 3 weeks, so you might want to put them on IR. I'm not sure right there, but that is definitely something to consider. So, injuries, a ton, an absolute ton of injuries against the Falcons, which is really, really unfortunate. And we lost Torrey McTyer, which, he was some good cornerback depth, and we lost John Bostic. And we lost some other guys for a few weeks as well. So unfortunate, but we're going to have to move on, and we're going to have to be able to persevere. So now on to the really, and one quick thing right here. Before we get into the Ryan Vermillion stuff, this is what Ron Rivera said. Some of these guys will get opportunities. Sadiq Charles, Khaleke Hudson, and Sammis Reyes. And then, he also reiterated that, Dustin Hopkins will be the kicker despite missing 2 field goal or 2 extra points. I really don't know at this point what will get Ron Rivera to change his mind. I really don't think anything will, unless he really starts missing like 1 or 2 kicks a game. I think this is something that will happen after the season, even though I don't agree with it. And yeah, I'm excited to see if Sammis Reyes gets some playing time. It looks like he will get some playing time with Logan Thomas being out for this week. And I'm excited to see Khaleke Hudson on the field a little bit more. So now on to the big, big news. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because I don't know. We only got it from JP Finley and, others reported on it, but just, basically saying the same thing that JP Finley did. We don't have much more information on it, but I'll read this right here. Breaking: federal law enforcement conducted a raid at Washington's facility last week. Team says head trainer Ryan Vermillion placed on administrative leave due to an ongoing criminal investigation that is unrelated to the team. Key part there, and then he, JP Finley also says that Vermillion did not travel with the team to Atlanta this weekend, and crazy news right there. He's their head trainer, so he's dealing with all these injury stuff that right now we're struggling with, and it's crazy. I mean, who knows really what happened? I will not speculate at all on what happened. It's just a crazy situation. He's probably going to be gone, definitely until the investigation concludes, and they're probably going to have to find a new head trainer. And this is someone that Ron Rivera brought in from Carolina that he trusts. And he even said with JP Finley, in an interview later on that he knows Ryan, and he trusted him with his health last year, and he would do it the same. So we'll see how this all unfolds, but really that's all I can say right now because I really don't know much more than that, but it's very weird, definitely, to say the least. And today has been a very hectic day for the Washington football team, just in terms of all the injuries that came out, having to keep track with, of that, and then also this, news that JP Finley broke along with others. So that is going to be it for today's video. I really want to hear what you guys have to say on the injuries, if they should bring in anyone, at the cornerback position or at linebacker, and then also what do you guys think about this, Ryan Vermillion bombshell, and how it affects the team. I don't think it affects the team too much, but Ron Rivera will get consistently asked about Ryan Vermillion until he answers what's going on, or it's just going to be a thing that keeps coming up. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.